So one of the craziest named laws in American history is the Trading with the Enemy Act. The story of how it was used literally will make your blood boil. Why should you even care about a law from 1917 and amended in 1933? Because it's been quietly affecting your life ever since then. This act was like a legal magic trick. A magic trick that turned private citizens into public citizens that are property, government property. Like our private rights turn into public rights. And our private property turned into public property. It's almost like they took our property and made it into chips on the poker table where the government, is at the table. Now, originally, this law was meant for wartime to stop Americans from trading with the actual foreign enemies. Fair enough. In context of World War One, right, that all makes sense. But fast forward to 1933, desperate government says we're in a financial war at home. With a few strokes of a pen, they amended the act and essentially said the enemy isn't just foreign. In this economic crisis, the enemy can also be domestic. That ring a bell? They talking about us, private Americans. We the only domestic people. Look, so look in the mirror, my people. You know what I mean? Like, it's us. All right. Now, all of a sudden, we go from being friends to enemies for the purpose of regulating finances and property. It's like they took wartime law and pointed it inward at the American private people. Now, under this act, um, the government claimed power to seize property, regulate transactions, and control our money, all under the disguise of an emergency, a national emergency. Gold was confiscated. The original dollar was devalued. Like every citizen's labor and property became, in a sense, pledged as collateral to help pay the nation's debt during the war. Like they didn't even ask you; they just did it. It's like the bank declaring that you bankrupt to settle somebody else's debts, and then managing your finances for your own good. That makes sense. That shit crazy to me, but it happened, and that framework, like, it continues on in law. All the statutes and codes is based off that. It's the reason Congress can still declare national emergencies and navigate around the constitutional limits that they're supposed to have. So, what does that leave you today? It leaves you unknowingly walking around as a straw man, as collateral for a transaction, as government property, unless you step out of that status. Recognizing this, being aware and understanding this, that's step one. Step two is actually using the law to object their claims against you. Their claims is that you're a public citizen. Like you gotta remember, an act of Congress is not above the Constitution. You have every right to say, I'm not an enemy, and my property is private. It's not collateral for your financing and banking, shit. All right. And there's a real lawful process to reclaiming your standing, your status, even to the property that you have. Essentially, you can reassert that you and what you own are under the protection of the real law, the original Constitution, not these emergency statutes and codes. Actually, by doing so, you pull yourself out of, that commercial game, that fake game that they playing. Shakespeare said the world is a stage, all right? Be aware of that. And they can't trade what's not on their table. Guess what? You have the right to remove yourself from their table. You got to understand, like, this is the lawful remedy to take back your rights and property from a government that has exceeded their constitutional authority and treats you like property, like collateral damage. Literally. Like, I know it might sound complex right now, but at the heart, like at the core of it, it's just simple justice. Like, you're not an enemy. You're not property. You're a friend. All right, you're not belligerent. You're not a neutral. You're a friend. Like, it's time for us to come up out of that. We gotta dismiss those assumptions, and it's time to take back our freedom, our sovereignty. You're literally a living. Take that breath. Yeah, living, breathing, private American. You're not property. You're not no no asset to be negotiated with, right? Not an enemy, not a pawn. You have to understand that you're a master of your own life. You're a beneficiary. All right, now we're going to do a deeper dive into this. We have an intense class coming up, and I would love to see you on the inside. I mean, can we really afford not to know our rights? So comment TWEA. Yeah, comment TWEA. That stands for Trading with the Enemy Act. So TWEA, and I'll see you in class.